we'll kick it off here talking about the Texans versus the Chiefs. This is our Saturday game at 4:30 Eastern time. What do I think about this game, man? I think that the Chiefs have played a lot of one-score games. Even at the game against the Texans back on December 21st, they won that game 27-19, 8-point margin of victory, one-score game. They've done that a lot this season. They are the three-time champs. We have notably said on this show here, if you've been watching our channel, that maybe we should stop doubting Kansas City and more specifically Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce. Those guys have won 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls. They're going for a third straight, and this is where it kind of gets started from. They're 15-1 this year. We're trying to find reasons to think these guys won't win, but I think this is a game that they handle. I'll say that. As much as the Texans are a team that I root for just because I like DeMeco Ryans, I like C.J. Stroud and what he's about, and even though he had a little bit of a sophomore slump this year, wasn't as good as he was last season. A lot of people getting him flack and saying, hey, this offseason, you don't need to, podcast or, do the rounds and go to all the shows. You need to lock in and do all that. I think his team is right where they should be. I don't think anyone had to get into the conference finals. They've never been as an organization. I think it's a little early for them to do that. They've had some injuries, of course, as well, losing a big-time receiver and Stephon Diggs, and they also lost their other big-time receivers. So you got 2 guys who are out for the year, 2 of their weapons. Still got Nico Collins, still got a good running game with Mixon, but it'll be interesting to see how they can kind of shake things up. Their defense is going to have another one of those games like they did against Justin Herbert. The only problem is Patrick Mahomes is not Justin Herbert. As much as people love Justin Herbert and they try to give him this elite status, he is not Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is arguably the greatest quarterback this side of Tom Brady and Joe Montana, more than likely. Those are only 2 other guys, in my opinion, who have a stake in the claim to say, hey, not quite, young fella. But when you look at what Patrick Mahomes has done, going for a 4th Super Bowl championship. He's already been to 4 Super Bowls. He's only lost 2 home playoff games, lost in a conference final game on a controversial call against the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. And then Joe Burrow and company came in there and beat him on a field goal late. But these guys this is their time here. This is what they do. They just find a way to win, man. And you saw it in the Super Bowl last year coming from behind. You saw it against the Eagles in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. You see it time and time again. This is what Patrick Mahomes does, and I don't think he'll disappoint. I think this game will be a one-score game again, but I think it could get ugly if C.J. Stroud has some struggles, if that defense for Kansas City can kind of get back to being as good as they were last year. They haven't been as good as they were last year, Chris Jones and those guys, but my prediction for this game, I think the Chiefs take this game. I think it's a score of maybe 24-14. I say they'll win by a touchdown on the field goal in this game. So I got the Chiefs moving on to the AFC Championship.